Alright, yo guys, new update here. I'm super excited to tell you that I finally was able to get the items that I needed for the totem build. I'm currently 46 and in Act 6. I gotta fix my resistances slightly. And yeah, I've managed to find a leveling bow at level 1 for Totems explode on death, dealing 400% of their life as physical damage. And yeah. That took me about 100 tries. I even managed to find a quill rain, which is really nice. This is currently how the tree is spec'd. We went with Unstoppable for movement speed and stun immunity, and chill and freeze immunity. Some resistances, life regen, some movement speed, stat fixes for now, although I don't really need that. And yeah, currently speccing into poison, and then eventually heading up here and grabbing more damage. I probably won't go dual curse for a bit. Dual curse is like more of a later end goal. Possibly I could save 4 points if I went for the anoint, which is 3 golden oils. Eventually, maybe, possibly. I do have 1 silver. But yeah, this character's name is UberMenschZepyh, or Zepyh, however you pronounce it. And yeah, this build is really fun. It's also really good on your eyes. Like the Cremation Armageddon build, that build is not good. Like playing it more than a week, it just really hurts your eyes. You need to get like those like specific glasses for when you play games and they have a lot of like flashing lights and high intensity lights. I had to turn down the monitor brightness by like 50 to 60%. It was like becoming just a huge annoyance. But yeah, eventually I'll get this character up into maps. I'm running determination on this character, so that's why I have 6.4k armor. But yeah, if you want to ask any questions about the character or what my passive tree is or what my end goals are, possibly Ubers. We'll see. If this character gets one shot, I might be done with Ruthless, but who knows? I might farm up a lot on this character. But yeah, pretty much just running leveling gear, rear guard. Probably one of the best quivers for this build. Replica reward with expeditious munitions. The reason why I went with this anoint is because of the increased trap trigger. It's really important to have this. Eventually, I'm going to spec into this wheel and probably grab the 60% trap trigger area of effect. Eventually, but right now it is not necessary. You could also go with Master Sapper and just spec that for now and go with the... I might actually do that instead for now, because it'll generate frenzy charges and you're able to get the 60% plus the 50% from the anoint, which is over 100% increased area of effect for triggering your traps, which will help with damage. But yeah, eventually I'll replace all this gear and start working on other stuff. Atlas is pretty much the same. I'm just going to be playing, farming, you know, trying to figure out what the heck I want to do. But pretty much Ruthless is just farming and farming and farming. Any other things I want to mention? I'm running Herald of Agony, Vitality, Reg Totem into cluster traps, trap, support, and multi-traps. Clarity, Molten Shell, Determination, Vulnerability, and War Banner. War Banner is really powerful because once you kill 50 monsters, you can proc Adrenaline, and then your hits become like giga chatted, you know? And this build is really strong. I didn't realize how crazy this skill is. It bypasses 56 less damage taken, or less damage, and then another 14, which equates to 70%, plus another 61%, which is over 130% less damage, which I'm pretty sure at that point your character would not do any damage. But yeah, this mechanic of the explode anoint or passive tree or skill tree, crucible tree, it bypasses that and you just do giga damage. So the 400% has no damage penalty. Obviously you're not running supports with it, you know, like deadly ailments, unbound ailments, but you can use other factors of scaling the damage. You can use temp chains if you go poison, which increases the duration of your poison, right? Sorry for the background music, just not music, but the sound. And then you know, you can use temp chains, despair curse, punishment, spec into stuff in the tree, frenzy charges eventually, and other sources of damage amplifications like percent damage. You could go with minion damage and spec into spiritual aid, but probably unnecessary. I would like expeditious munitions, just better for clearing, because people have said that this build has kind of an issue clearing, but once you get into this wheel, you get the 60% drop trigger area of effect. I think the issues of clear should be resolved. But if you're not satisfied with the clear, you can always go with Herald of Ash. And yeah, Herald of Ash, spec that in instead of going poison, and then you have clear. But my goal is to go poison. I have a couple uniques that I'm gonna run, possibly. I have a bow. I don't remember where it is, but I have Cerebim's Maleficence. Possibly might run this. It's a huge amount of armor, so it's decent, but it has no resistances, so we'll see if that's the plan. Possibly I'll run this because this will just make my armor skyrocket, and maybe figure out a way of leeching on the build. If I could figure out a way of leeching on the build, which I just need like physical damage leeched, not attack, but just percent physical damage leeched, and then I could use that. Here's my bow. It's nothing crazy. It's just 600%. I do have some stuff lined up here, potentially for future combinations. I have a bow, a thicket bow, eye level 77. I think it just has to be 60 to get these mods. But 10% chance to inflict withered for 2 seconds on hit, and then 50% chance to be withered for 2 seconds when you take chaos damage. That doesn't really matter. But the 10% chance to apply withered is insane because we have no source of wither stacking. If we do spell totem linked to withering, unfortunately that doesn't work because your rejuvenation totem will just immediately delete the spell totem. So yeah, once you get a bow like that, so 600% physical damage explodes, you can spec into wasting, which is nice because of chaos res. It'll be 5 points, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then get the mastery that says 5% chance when you inflict withered to inflict up to 15 withered debuffs instead, which with traps should literally be instant, and it should immediately be 90% more damage on the build for poisons. So yeah. This build is extremely fun, guys. If you're like one of those people, oh, those guys are cucks. They're playing, you know, they're playing that totem meta stuff. Don't listen to those guys, because those are the guys that will never win races. I'm not saying I'm gonna win the race, but I had the same mentality at one point and then realized if you have that type of mentality, you'll never win anything. You have to do things where you have an edge, right? If you look at Lighty or Ben or Darky or whatever his name is, right? He's always playing meta and he knows how to, you know, play the strongest builds. He just has a very well grasped understanding of PoE. He can make any build work. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I mentioned everything. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention one more thing. I have Ice Fang. So this ring is probably one of the best rings you can have because you can apply poison, or not poison, obviously. You can apply chilled when enemies are poisoned, which is insane. So it says non-chilled enemies you poison are chilled. And I'm pretty sure the base value of chilled is 10%. If you apply temp chains, you'll have another like 18% or something. I forgot what the value is. 10% enemy reduction, which makes Ubers probably extremely easy to fight. Potentially, I'm not like a pro PoE gamer. I've never done Ubers, and I don't even have a character set up for, you know, I've deleted all my characters, so I only have Ruthless characters that are in this league, in the Crucible league. But yeah, I will post down my POB for like the end goal roughly. It's not gonna have any information, but it's just gonna be a rough tree for those that want to follow along. And yeah. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up on twitch.tv/Zeph, and you know, comment down below, like the video if you like the video. And yeah, I'm not sure what else to say, but yeah, you guys have a wonderful night or day, and I'm out of here. Peace out and take care. Ciao.